Okay, I am going to call to order the Finance Committee for July 14th, 2026. It is 6 p.m. I am the chairperson, Liz Muirhead. I recognize Vice Chairperson Shauna Maxwell and committee members Bob Knecht and Robin Seagreaves. First order of business is to approve the minutes for the June 9th, 2026 Finance Committee agenda. Are there any corrections, modifications, or additions to the minutes? Okay. All in favor of approving the minutes, please say yes.
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 Okay. Yes, the minutes are so approved and will be placed on file. Next, we have a presentation from our friends at RBC Capital Markets with the financing options for the Master Facilities Plan. Brian Bradley, Michael Lillies, and Daniel O'Brien, but only two of you are here.
Yeah, Brian, vacation.
All right, well, he's allowed.
So we have a mouse here, if you want to, maybe turn the pages.
You can just hit the right arrow button.
Where's that?
Right arrow.
Okay. Okay.
Start, Mike?
What? Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, go ahead. Let's see, inflation's-
Now can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for having us. Okay. So, going back, we won't bore you with too much economic data, but we're definitely happy to answer any questions that you have about the market and where the market is now. That's our first three slides are all about current market conditions. So, really, we'll talk about one slide in particular, and then we'll just go over a couple things related to that slide. So this slide here, if you look on the top left, it's labeled as 5, 10, and 30-year MMD yields. So MMD stands for Municipal Market Data. It's the tax-exempt index that we use in the municipal market to determine where rates are and to drive the way that we sell bonds in the market. The interest rates that different clients achieve are priced from this MMD rate. So the gist is that if you look in particular at the blue, the light blue, and the dark blue lines, over the past year, rates have gone up and down a little, but they've been relatively steady. Now, over the past 30 years, if you were to look at these rates over the past 30 years, particularly the 10, 20-year rate, maybe the 30-year rate, you would see that where rates are today are right around the average of where they've been over 30 years. So even though you've heard that interest rates are higher than they have been because of inflation driving that particularly, on a 30-year average basis, rates are right around where the average would be on a 30-year basis. You probably heard today that the CPI came out, the Consumer Price Index, and that it was lower than anticipated, which is an indicator that inflation may be coming down. But CPI inflationary data is very volatile right now, particularly because of the war in Iran. So while that's good news in terms of inflation and interest rates lowering, I would say our main message is that the market is volatile. The district is intending to sell bonds next month in August, which is generally a good time to sell bonds. There are typically a lot of investors in the market in August. So that's one thing that is controllable. The market itself, we don't have any control over, but knowing which months buyers typically are more prone to buy bonds, that is something we have control over, and that's when the district intends to sell its bonds next month. So before Mike really dives into the details of what your plan has been and what the next bond issuance may look like, does anyone have questions on the market? And
I'm resisting the temptation to to be obnoxious. Sorry. I do not have any questions on the market.
Okay, well, if something comes to mind later on, you can ask then too. But thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
I know.
Dan.
That's why I'm laughing.
Okay, so, actually, let me see if there's a mouse here. Use what?
Hold on 1 second, let me fix this. Let me use the arrow keys right here.
All right, I'll stay away from that. So we thought we'd show you what the original construction schedule looked like back when you were planning these various projects and financing. And if you look, there's a big blue box, and all those projects, the Reeseville Elementary, Kings Highway Elementary, New Elementary School, North Brandywine, Middle School Wing, and the Scott Middle School, all those projects were part of Phase 1. It says Phase 2 there, but that's a typo. It should be Phase 1, 173 million. So now you're looking to do the Phase 2 project and financing, and that's the last line item there, surrounded like with a green box, 81.8 million, for a total estimated cost of 255 million. Okay, so this is, I guess we would call this a cash flow schedule. And if we look at the far left corner, oh, sorry. So you see there's a column entitled timing. And you can see after that, starting fiscal year 2023, we're showing month by month listings there. If you go over to the next column, you'll see it's entitled Deposit from Bond Proceeds. You can see that was the first issue that you did. And you had deposited about 85 million for the project costs. Then the next column to the right is funds required and the balance. Basically, that's showing you the funds required is an estimated drawdown of funds that you need to pay for the project. And the balance is what you have on a running basis, month by month, based on what you need to spend and the bond proceeds that you have. So to the right of that, there's two other tables, the same methodology as I just showed you. But basically what you're doing on each of these, I call them 3 sections, you're running a month by month cash flow analysis. And the idea is to make sure that when you need money, you have it from the bond proceeds. And the balance, the running balance gives you an idea of that. You can see that the second issue we had envisioned in January of 2025, 85 million plus. And the last issue, back then we were expecting somewhere around May for 85 million. Okay, what this is designed to do is show you what the estimated impact in terms of dollars and mills would be to the school district and to the taxpayers. So if I could look in column 7, we have a circle around numbers that are approximately 1.8 million over 8 years. That was the original estimated budget impact to the school district. If you go over to column 10, you see we've circled the numbers in that column, which represent the average annual millage impact. So that's taking the 1.8 million budget impact increase each year and translating into mills. So we were planning to have 0.6 mil increase each year for a total at the bottom around the small circle, it's 4.79 mils. And then if you go over to the right in column 15, what we had wanted to show what the impact would be to a taxpayer, and we ended up wanting to show what it would mean for, based on a median taxpayer assessed value of 122,000. And so you see the numbers below that are circled in green. So that represents each year the estimated increase to the median taxpayers assessed value of $73 and roughly 70 cents increase each year for a total amount, a total increase of $588.
Is the budgetary expense in that column 7, is that the interest payments?
That's actually It's the interest and principal. In other words, that's what you need to put in your budget to make the payments, interest and principal.
Okay,
Each year.
so in that projection, why in 2032 does all of a sudden that column go down to negligible amounts?
Which column?
Column 7, the budget impact.
Okay. Oh, you mean, below what we're showing, the numbers
Yes.
below? Those are actually, well, I guess what that does is it gives you a total, at the very bottom there,
Yeah,
a total amount of increase. And let me just make sure that's correct. No, 1, 2, 3, 2 point. Yeah, that's going to give, that's the increase, total increase that is required in your budget for financing all the projects.
and so then following 2031, assuming that that increase has been put into our budget each year over that time, we now have built up enough in our budget to pay the interest and principal repayments, and so you're showing that no further increases are needed after that point, but there's still a very significant amount of interest expense in the budget every year.
You're exactly right.
Okay,
Well put.
just making sure I understand what this shows.
Sure, yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, so this table was something that we had looked at with you back when we were planning how we wanted to show what the financial impact would be to the district and for the taxpayers. And you can see we have the green circle around the annual impact on median taxpayer, and we just saw that's what we ended up using. And you know, the $100,000 assessed value, the $200,000 assessed value, and the $300,000 assessed value. We had considered those, but as I mentioned, we ended up showing what the impact would be for a median taxpayer's assessed value.
Okay,
I'm gonna
hang on a second.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry. Okay, so a $300,000 assessed value in 2026 in Chester County is equivalent to about $1 million market value property, because the common level ratio is 30.8%. So I just want to be clear, when we're showing the impact on an assessed a property that has an assessed value of $300,000, that's not a $300,000 property, that is a $1 million property that has a $1,700 taxpayer impact.
Yeah, thank you.
Just
No, I appreciate that.
trying to make sure we're clear here.
Okay, I'm going to skip to the last schedule because I think this gives you an overall picture. So this is what we're estimating now to be the total impact financially based on this last of the 3 bond issues. We're proposing to
So
issue
this
on
is
your
a
behalf.
modest decrease.
What's that?
This is a modest decrease over the original projection.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, you're right. All right, so let's go to column 7. And this is the final estimated amount of impact in each year. It's pretty close to what you had planned, but it's a little bit lower.
Yeah.
If you go to column 10, where we've converted that to mils, it's 0.6 mils per year for 8 years compared to, what did we show before? Trying to find it.
0.55 is what I'm seeing, if I'm on the right page.
I'm sorry, I am on the wrong page.
It's 0.6.
Yeah,
No, it's 0.5.
sorry, all. Okay. This is the proper schedule, sorry for that, about that. So we'll go to column 5. And you can see the impact is decreased a little bit each year.
Yeah.
What's already in place now, as of the fiscal year 2026, is 1.7 million for all the way till 2026, and then after that, you can see it's almost 1.7 million, and that's what we're anticipating is going to be the required increase in each of these last 5 years. And if you go to column 8, the impact is basically 0.55 mils, which totals 4.46 mils, which what was planned was 4.79 mils.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a savings, about a third of a mil lower than what you had, we had planned for.
Is that because of the prevailing interest rate environment or because of origination costs? Like, what's the driver
I think
of that?
the cost of the project was a little bit lower.
Okay, so the amount we're borrowing is
Yeah.
going to be less.
Yeah.
Got it. So I have a question for you. What's the term of the bond issue that we're doing now?
It's about 20 years,
Okay.
about 20 years.
Did we weigh, because the muni yield curve right now is really steep.
Right.
It steepens out right around 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that doing a shorter term loan subjects us to, more interest rate volatility for needing to reissue.
Okay.
And more cost to have you all come out and reissue. But have we analyzed the savings of a shorter-term bond at a lower yield versus a 20-year at a higher yield with the steepness of the curve at the long end?
A good question. I think what was really driving the structure and term of the issue was the impact. Mm-hmm. Not surprisingly, you shorten the term of the issue, it's going to increase your payments.
Right.
Just like a mortgage, if you're paying
Yeah.
over 20 years,
Unless
say you
you were
look at
to do
15
it,
years.
unless
Yeah.
you were able to do it as a balloon, which would
Yeah.
increase the interest expense, and then that offsets the savings you're trying. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking about how steep the curve is, and just thinking like it's a shame that we would have to
Yeah.
issue at a muni treasury ratio north of 90% when the shorter part of the curve is much less than that.
Yeah, I think it's probably between, the typical spread, I'd say, is 67 basis points, 467.
Yeah.
And so the 30-year treasury spreads about 90 basis points
Yeah.
versus what the taxable treasury rate is. No, but it's a
Okay.
good question to ask, because if you can shorten your borrowing, you can save interest cost. But then you have to, like if you have a mortgage, you got to look at the affordability issue.
Yeah,
So-
which the taxpayer impact here is already enough that I wouldn't want to force us to take on more than that. It's just,
Yeah.
given the prevailing market conditions, it was something that I was curious about.
No, good questions.
How is our bond rating looking coming into this issue? Are we feeling good about the uptick? Are we feeling good
I
about
think we are
the
feeling pretty
credit
good.
rating?
We had a preliminary discussion, I think it was in May, that I think there might be a possibility of improving the rating. We can never, we don't know for sure.
Right.
And
But that's probably not going to happen before this issue, just given how near term it is,
I mean,
right?
it could be. I mean,
Yeah.
it could. I mean, we're going to be talking to them very shortly. We'll be setting up a call with your business manager and us. So,
Okay.
yeah, your last, the 2025 issue had a rating of Baa3. And so it'd be nice if we could increase that, improve that a little bit to.
But that's not a bad rating.
No, it's still investment grade, but
Right.
it'd be nice if we could improve it, because the better the rating, typically lower the interest rate you pay.
Sure.
That's what's the key, point here.
Okay. I know that I'm the muni bond person, but does anybody else on the board or on the committee have questions for our bond counsel? All right. Any final thoughts you all want to share with us?
Yes, so I wanted to talk about the timeline.
Yes.
So the plan is on the 28th, we would come to the board and propose that the district approve a bond resolution,
Okay.
basically to move forward with this last issue. And then once we have that in place, we're anticipating getting the rating, having the prospectus, which is all the book with all the information about the school district, be ready to lock in rates in mid to late August.
Okay.
That's the current plan.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not going to approve that tonight. We're going to hold that till the end of the month.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Turn this off.
All right, that concludes the presentations for the Finance Committee. Thank you, Michael and Daniel, for being here tonight. Thank you. Moving on to our agenda items, letter A, financial statements. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the financial statements, bills, payables list as presented. Are there any members of the committee who have questions on these items? Any members of the full board? Lori, just a question for you. I noticed in the treasurer's report that we still have almost 80 million in the municipal advisory accounts from the 2023 and 2025 issues, but the projections that they just showed had us like spending a lot of that down. Is that just because there's a lot of things
Timing.
outstanding for Doe Run that we
Yeah.
haven't paid yet?
And at this point in time, I think this is for May, so we have spent down the 2023 bond. We are into the 2025 bond, and we will be moving over about 10 million into the escrow, which is going to be approved for tonight. So those funds will be moved over. So yes, it is a timing. Some of our funds are sitting with some of the townships as well. So that would probably be the difference between where we are and what they have.
Okay. Yeah, I was just surprised that they showed us like needing money 2 months
Right.
ago and that we had
Yeah,
a
we've
lot
been
left.
watching the timeline with them as well, and that's why we're able to do the draw now for the future draw.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other questions on the financial statements? Okay. Seeing none, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
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 Yes, it is so moved. Okay, letter B, CCRES contract renewal. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the renewal of the July 1st, 2026, June 30th, 2029 contract, so 3-year contract with CCRES as presented. This covers educational consultants, 1099, and educational consultants, W-2 employees. I think this is the company that we get, substitute administrators from as well. So we've tapped into that multiple times this year.
Yes, and they've been very helpful when we are in a situation where we need a substitute or an interim administrator on call and to provide that service. And obviously, we're going to be doing that right now as we continue our search for our special ed supervisors.
Yes.
That we're preparing for.
Okay, so this is an important agreement for us to have on the books, but it's nice that we are going to have a 3-year agreement. All right, any questions from the committee? Questions from the full board? All in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is so moved. Okay, letter C, Willis Tower Watson Northeast Insurance Policy renewal. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the annual insurance policy renewal agreement for insurance coverage for the upcoming year in the amount of $731,712 as presented. It is coming in at about a 4.1% increase over last year and less than we had originally budgeted. So this particular renewal looks better than we had expected. Are there any questions from the committee? Any questions from the full board? Okay, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
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 Yes, it is so moved. Okay, less good news on letter D. Highmark stop loss insurance renewal. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the renewal of stop-loss insurance through the Highmark Insurance Group. The 2026-2027 rate is $635,000 and is an increase of 33% above the previous rate of $476,567. We are self-insured. The stop-loss policy provides reimbursement for annual claims of any individual that exceeds our $435,000 deductible as presented. There were comparables provided from three other companies. The fourth declined to quote. I will note that we had 3 significant claims made in the past year. One for $525,000, one for $650,000, and one for $900,000. So this stop-loss insurance has saved taxpayers far more than the increase that we will be faced with next year. So even though it is a significant increase, when we look at the net impact on the budget, considering the 3 incidences so far where it came into play, it's a net benefit. Any questions from the committee? Any questions from the full board? All in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is so moved. Okay, letter E, Freedom Village at Brandywine et al. Tax Assessment Appeal. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the stipulation for settlement agreement regarding a taxpayer-initiated tax assessment appeal concerning Freedom Village at Brandywine. This is one of the situations where the property owner initiated a tax assessment appeal. We got our attorneys involved to negotiate from a higher from a lower assessment that they had obtained on their own to an assessment that was more favorable to the district. So we are in this negotiation saving about $90,000 in tax revenue that we would have lost had we not pursued the negotiation process. I will note that we did settle on a tax assessment that is lower than their prior assessment, but again, saved ourselves from almost $100,000 of lost tax revenue that we would have had we not pursued this. Any questions from the committee? Any questions from the full board? Okay. All in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
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 It is so moved. Okay. We will now bundle the 3 Valley Creek production requests, letters F, G, and H. Live stream services agreement for the commencement ceremony, which they have been doing previously, and it's only a $25 increase from last year. A live stream agreement for the senior prom with an $85 increase over last year. And then a new request for them to do live stream of the senior awards ceremony, and that will be a cost of $3,625 as presented. Any questions from the committee on any of these 3 items? Any questions from the full board? All in favor of moving these to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is so moved. Okay, we have 3 donations that I will bundle, I, J, and K, but I do want to make a comment about K. So first of all, I is a $150 donation for the Michelle Brewer Memorial Award given by Michelle Snyder. J is the William F. Lees Jr. Memorial Scholarship given by Elisa Lees and Michelle Snyder in the amount of $150. Thank you. And then letter K is a ratification of the Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd AFJROTC program donation in the name of Army veteran Joseph Kraus in the amount of $2,000 as presented. I did reach out to the church to get some more information, but I did not hear back. This is a new donation to the program, as far as I can tell, and Mr. Kraus passed away February 3rd of this year. So this may be something that his church was doing in his memory because of his commitment to the district. He was an Army veteran. He was a graduate of Coatesville. He had established a senior award, I believe, as well, for a student pursuing a military career. And so a really generous acknowledgement of his passion for military service and this district. And we thank the Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd and, certainly recognize the memory of Mr. Kraus. Any questions or comments on these three items from the committee? From the full board? All in favor of moving these to the full board agenda, please say yes.
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 Yes, it is so moved. Okay, letters L and M we will bundle. The Shutterfly Life Touch School Studios commissions from Kings Highway and North Brandywine, $436 for Kings Highway, $569 for North Brandywine. Any questions from the committee? From the full board? Seeing none, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
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 Yes, it is so moved. Okay. We will now bundle letters N through S. Renewal of curriculum writers, homebound tutors, game event workers, PBIS teams, coach positions, and extra duty club advisor positions for the 2026-2027 school year. I know that is a lot, and there are lists associated with each of them. Are there any questions from the committee on any of these items?
Ms. Muirhead, can I just make a comment real quick on those lists?
You may.
The ones for Doe Run are posted and are currently being sought out because of the closing of East Fallowfield and Callan. Those positions were extinguished, and then we're reposting for Doe Run.
Okay, thank you. I'll also note that there are some positions that we had as pilot, is that right? Pilot, oh, there she, yeah, we had some pilot programs that are now regular programs, and we do not have unit values for them yet, so they are not on this proposal. They will be added later. All right, any questions from the committee? Any questions from the full board? All right, seeing none, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is so moved. Okay, letter T, the Human Resources Report. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the resignations, appointments, new positions, leaves of absence, transfers, changes of status, and corrections as presented. I'll note that we don't usually have an HR report during committee, but I had suggested to Carol that it was okay to include one since we had a special board meeting tonight. I'd rather we formally approve and hopefully lock some of these new hires in, as we have, special ed teachers on here, ESL teachers, a lot of roles that are hard to fill. So excited to see all of these vacant positions being filled, and thank you for the efforts to do that. Any questions from the committee? Any questions from the full board? Okay, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, which will be tonight, please say yes.
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 Yes, it is so moved. Okay. Informational items, we have the account code, legal fees, and the medical claims through May 2026. I do not have any old business. Is there any new business? Is there any public comment? There is not. Okay. The next meeting of the Finance Committee will be Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. And with that, Finance Committee is adjourned at 6:35 p.m. I think we're going to operations next.
Operations next?
Yes.
Okay, let me get back in here. Get into the right meeting. All right, welcome to the Operations Committee for July 14th, 2026. I call the meeting to order at 6:35 PM. Tonight, I note the presence of myself, Chairperson Beth Brindle, Vice Chair Liz Muirhead, Board Committee Member Shauna Maxwell, and Committee Member Holly Charest is excused. First order of business is the approval of the minutes of the June 9th, 2026 Operations Committee. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes? If not, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. We do not have any presentations this evening, so moving on to agenda items. Agenda item A, looking to make sure I'm bundling where I'm supposed to be bundling here. Agenda item A, that the Board of School Directors approve the development, stormwater management, financial security, and escrow agreements with West Brandywine Township for the North Brandywine Middle School project as presented. Are there any questions from committee members or from the board? Hearing none, please say yes if you support moving this forward to the full board.
Yes.
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 Ms. Brindle, can I just comment on that?
Yeah, of course.
I just want to thank the board for their support. Obviously, this all goes into what we're talking about with pulling the last bond. And so this approval at the special board meeting tonight will give us the go-ahead to start moving dirt at the site with North Brandywine. So the fences are up, the socks are out there, so we're ready to start moving dirt. So with all of this will give that final approval to do so. So thank you.
Very exciting.
Thank you. It is exciting. And I'm seeing, I know we were commenting on it too, there's a lot of questions on social media about what's happening on the North Brandywine property. So I think once people see things starting to actually happen, it'll be exciting. All right, letter B, that the Board of School Directors approve the annual subscription from Facilities Management Express for the Coatesville Area School District Maintenance and Scheduling Software License from July 7th, 2026 to July 6th, 2027 for a total cost of $11,002.60 as presented. Are there any questions from committee members or from the full board? Seeing none, please say yes if you support moving this forward to the full board.
Yes.
Yes. Letter C, Tri-M Group, that the Board of School Directors ratify the proposal from Tri-M for the Coatesville Area School District HVAC workstation replacements and laptop for a total cost of $5,649 as presented. Any questions from the committee or from the board? Please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full board.
Yes.
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 Letter D, Measure Line Services, that the Board of School Directors approve the proposal from Measure Line Services LLC to wash the running track at the main campus stadium for a total cost of $13,900 as presented. Are there any questions about this item? And I'll just note, in the pre-meeting with Mr. Brazil, we talked about this is the track surface, just to make sure that it is safe. It's a general maintenance, preventive maintenance, so making sure that any dirt, mildew is cleaned off the track. So it's safe and good to go. Any questions from the full board? Please say yes if you approve moving this item forward.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Letter E, Horde Copeland, that the Board of School Directors approve the amendment to the professional services agreement for the North Brandywine Middle School project for a total cost of $9,700 as presented. And I believe this is for traffic engineering, if I remember. Are there any questions from members of the committee?
I was just wondering why this wasn't originally in scope for Schrader's proposal.
Mr. Brazil, yep.
I know it's not a lot of money, just curious.
It's not a lot of money. I believe it came about through the township request
Okay,
on the occupancy permit.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions from the board? Seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving this forward.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Sounding good, yes. All right, bundling the next several for Edwin L. Heim Company, letters F, G, H, I, and J, all for HVAC preventative maintenance, and that is at Doe Run, Reeseville, Scott Middle School, the intermediate high school, and the high school, senior high school. That the Board of School Directors approve the proposal for the total costs listed here for each item. And I will just note that when we spoke last week, on the pre-meeting, we are starting out right away with this preventive maintenance cost at Doe Run Elementary. This is making sure that this beautiful new building we're building stays beautiful and new, and that we're doing the work here that maybe wasn't always done on all of our buildings in past years. I don't know if you have anything to add on that, but.
I don't, it's, the cost isn't that much, but I think I'm going to talk to Lori. We may be able to roll it into the cost of the construction. Once all the equipment is commissioned, we want to make sure we're within manufacturer's specs.
should we expect that the costs that we're looking at for this year would be annual maintenance costs for all of these different HVAC systems? Or is there an extra catch-up cost for some of the components that may have not been as well maintained over time?
So the preventive maintenance is going in, changing the filters, greasing wheels and all that. Sure, if there's something that has failed, that would be an additional cost as the
Yeah, I just
others.
mean, like, so let's say it's
So for Reeseville,
for
There
Reese-
are warranty items, if that's what you're,
So for Reeseville, it's $26,420. Should I expect next year a $26,420-ish cost for preventative maintenance as well?
I would think so. I
Okay.
don't see it going up that much. I will say the larger ones, the intermediate and the high school, these have gone up for this year only because we have identified quite a lot more equipment that wasn't initially in last year's.
So those ones might go down in the subsequent year because there's less repairs, or you mean there's more
There-
components that need
There's more
preventative
components that
maintenance?
they're looking at.
Okay.
But I will say that the proposal that you approved last month for upgrading the chiller and HVAC units at the high school and intermediate may address some of that down the road.
Okay. Just thinking ahead. Thank you.
thank you. Any other questions from members of the board? Seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving items F, G, H, I, and J forward to the full board.
Yes.
Yes. Letter K, ICS North Brandywine Middle School Project Proposal Request, that the Board of School Directors approve the request for proposal from ICS Consulting for construction materials, testing, and inspection services to independent contractors for the North Brandywine Middle School project for a total cost of $173,316.25 as presented. And I understand this is part of the budgeted construction project cost, correct?
Correct. And it's a company looking out for our best interests. We do have them on our projects currently.
To make sure that everything is up to spec, basically. Are there any other questions from committee members?
Are we able to move this to the full board with only 2 votes? I think I need to abstain.
Technically, no. But at the same time, remember, we've talked about in the past that the committee structure and the advancement through the committee structure, while it's in policy, it's not necessarily something that would preclude it from being added at a later time. But this is actually going on this
Tonight?
evening. Yeah.
So we can we just add it to the meeting tonight with the full board?
We could do that as well.
Because I think I need to abstain from this.
We could do that as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Sorry.
Okay, so should I take that, we won't advance that?
We could just not advance it, and then it can be added as an amendment to the agenda when we get to the special meeting.
That's where
Okay.
my son works.
Okay.
Just for clarification, this is one that would go to the end of the month, correct? This isn't needed for,
It was going to go to the end of the month if you wanted to proceed with it. I mean, I think we're in the beginning stages. We're okay till the end of the
Right.
month, but you could do whatever you
but you would
want.
still abstain that, yeah. you'd
I
abstain
would have
that.
to abstain, so
Okay.
just given that we're missing a committee member, I don't want to cause issues, but
No, I think we're
don't
fine,
that
because
I
we'll go to the
can-
end of the month with it as
Okay.
well.
So either way, we're not
So
advancing.
it just won't be advanced through the committee process,
Okay.
even though the committee discussed it
Okay.
at this point.
Yeah.
I have no objections to it, but I don't think that I can ethically vote for it because they chose my son's employer, so. anyway.
Understood, thank you. All right, moving on to items L, M, and N, Weaver Landscaping Services. We will bundle these. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposals from Weaver Landscaping Services for, landscaping at Reesville and North Brandywine, playground mulch installation at Kings Highway, and playground mulch installation at Reesville Elementary. Are there any questions from members of the committee or from members of the board? All right, seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving these forward to the full board agenda.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Letter O, Wayne Moving and Storage Company. This is for the Doe Run Elementary relocation, for the relocation of contents from East Fallowfield and Calne to Doe Run for a total cost of $34,850 as presented. Are there any questions from committee members or from the full board? Please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full board.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Letter P, Senior High School, the Eagle Scout Project Proposal, that the Board of School Directors approve the Eagle Scout Project Proposal from Cash to Student as presented. And the Eagle Scout Service Project Workbook is here. And I don't know if anyone would like to talk a little bit more about what the proposal is, if you would like to, or
I would love to hear from the student
if we
about
can
the
hear
proposal.
from-
Yes,
the student,
the
that would be
student is
wonderful.
Darren Kraus, and if you could come on up there and explain what you're...
I have copies of the proposal if any of you would like it.
Okay, sure, we can, you got it. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
Okay. No, you're all right.
yeah. Oh, not the color.
Thank you. Do you want to pass them? Okay.
Hello, Madam President and members of the board. My name is Darren Kraus. I am one of the many students at the senior high school. I am also the senior patrol leader of Scouting Troop 51, Wagontown, PA. At this time, I would like to submit my Eagle Scout project proposal to you for your approval. May I introduce to the school board Project Persephone. This is a re-beautification and landscaping project. Project Persephone will include a carved-out Coatesville C into the hill of the athletics field that will be filled with red stone with a black stone border. Project Persephone will utilize an unused area and help make the campus look nicer and more decorative while adding to the school spirit.
Thank you very much. And thank you for being here tonight to talk to us about it. Do members of the committee have any questions? Or I don't know if the administration has any comments on it? It sounds like a nice,
No, it sounds like a great project.
sounds like a good
It's gonna
addition to the
bring some-
campus, so.
Bring a nice aesthetic to the campus.
Thank you.
So thanks for your proposal.
You're welcome.
very
I'm
good.
excited to see the project. When are you going to be working on it with the rest of the troop?
Hopefully at the beginning of next month.
So it might be done before the fall athletic season begins?
Yeah, the plan is to get them before October 8th.
Wonderful.
Very good.
Very, very excited. Thank you for choosing to do your project on the high school campus.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Very good. Thank you. Are there any other questions from committee members or members of the board? All right. Seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full board.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're
So will that be on tonight's board agenda, or is that moving to the end of the month? End of the month, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next is New Holland Auto, letter Q, for a 2025 Dodge Durango, that the Board of School Directors approve the purchase of a 2025 Dodge Durango from New Holland Auto Group Fleet for the Department of Public Safety for a total cost of $38,743 as presented. Are there questions from the committee on this purchase? Or from members of the full board? Did
So,
you-
but
ahead.
as you know, we are adding one of our public safety officers for the additional middle school, and we'll need a vehicle. And is that part, and that was budgeted as part of this.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Any other questions or any questions from the board? Seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving this forward.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We are going to bundle items R through U for Power School enrollment registration, SIS Mobile Connector, Predictive Enrollment, and SIS eSchool. That the Board of School Directors approve the license and subscription fees for these programs. And are there any questions from members of the committee or from the full board?
Yes.
Go
I just
ahead.
want to make sure that all of our systems are talking to each other. I feel like we have this each and every year where we have all these like Power School add-ons. And then I hear every year from teachers and even administrators that they're not talking to each other. So like I just want to make sure that we're saying yes to something that talks to the thing that, I don't know, it's big and complicated, so I just want to make sure that we're approving something that's talking to
That works.
the
Yes,
major things.
These all talk to each other.
But, and I
These-
will also, go ahead. I thought you were
No,
first.
This is, like, when you look at the pieces that were being approved here for part of Power School, these are all things to run our student information system program.
Totally get that, but they all talk to each other, is what I'm saying, like, all of it.
Correct. This is all student information system
Okay. Just making sure.
applications that talk to each other in order to get the accurate information into the system.
Okay.
And
All right.
I will just note that Mr. Oliver, during our pre-committee meeting, pre-meeting meeting, said that one of the pieces that we had trouble with throughout this past school year, Power School is going to renew it for us at no cost, so it's a savings, a $3,500 savings over last year to make sure that they get that working and
Correct.
fixed for
That's
us.
the attendance piece.
That's the SIS Mobile Connector program, so.
Is that like the second year we've had something free given to us from Power Schools?
We'll take it.
Okay, fine. I just want
No,
to make
it's
sure
a
they're all
fair
talking to each
question.
other
It's a good question, yeah.
in general.
So-
Okay, thank you.
Any questions or concerns from members of the committee? All right, please say yes if you approve moving this forward.
Yes.
Yes. All right, we're getting there. Letter V, Tyler Technologies, the evaluation web-based program. This is for professional staff at a total cost of $16,714.95 for the term of July 1st, 2026 through July 31st, 2027. This is an increase of $795.95 over last year. Are there questions from the committee members or from the full board? Seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full board.
Yes.
Yes. Letter W, AgileBits, that the Board of School Directors approve the purchase of AgileBits 21 one password licenses in the amount of $1,615.74 as presented, which is an increase of $105.63 over last year's costs. Are there any questions from members of the committee or from the full board? Please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full board agenda.
Yes.
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 Letter X, CCIU Zoom, that the Board of School Directors approve the agreement from Chester County Intermediate Unit for Zoom educational host licenses in the amount of $800 as presented. This is a decrease of $21,200. The reason for the decrease and the fewer licenses, as you may remember, is that the district is moving to the Teams platform instead of Zoom, but keeping a few Zoom licenses as a backup, basically, and just in case anybody has compatibility issues or anything like that.
And Teams is available to us without additional cost because we have the Microsoft 365 program.
Included in what we already pay for that. Yep. Are there any questions from committee members or members of the board? Please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full board for consideration.
Yes.
Yes. Letter Y, Apple Lock and Charge iPads carts for use in Doe Run in the amount of $32,198.60 as presented. These are for the iPad carts for the elementary school students. Are there questions, any questions from committee members or from the full board? Please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the board agenda.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Letter Z, Rico Copiers, Doe Run. This is the agreement from Rico for the relocation of 6 existing copiers at no cost and for the copier lease amendment to add 5 additional copiers in the amount of $1,115 monthly for Doe Run as presented. Questions on that one? Seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full board.
Yes.
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 Letter AA, Forest Security LLC, pen test, that the Board of School Directors approve the agreement from Forest Security LLC for security penetration testing and remediation in an amount not to exceed $32,000 as presented. This is to make sure that our systems are secure. Are there any questions from members of the committee or from the full board? Please say yes if you approve moving this forward.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Letter BB, that the Board of School Directors approve the agreements from Connections for the purchase of district laptops in an amount not to exceed $187,800 as presented. And Mr. Oliver noted that we are waiting for a revised quote that will be ready for the next meeting, hopefully a lower quote. And are there questions about this item?
I was just curious what the replacement schedule for the admin laptops are, and are we doing all of them in 1 year, or is this a quote for us, a multi-year replacement?
So this is the first year we're replacing the administrators' laptops. They currently have teacher laptops, and we need the teacher laptops back to put in circulation with teachers and a little more power or renewed, because I think we're in the last year of the teacher lease. This is a purchase, so this will be at least a 4-year to see again in 4 years from now.
Okay. And this will cover the entire admin team, and then all of those laptops will go to fill the gaps in the teacher laptop needs?
Yeah, they help in when they maybe need repair or they break. We can give them another one, take that one and get it fixed or send it away. And right now, we're kind of,
We're tight.
yeah, just definitely tight.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And then the next 3 items, oh, I'm sorry, I need to finished that one. For letter BB, the admin laptops, are there any other questions from members of the board? Please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full agenda.
Yes.
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 All right, letters CC, DD, and EE, visual sound, for audio, visual, and lighting for the Cash Auditorium, for the Cash Television Studio, and for digital signage in various locations in the district. Are there questions on any of these items? And I think, actually, can we include letter FF as well, is also visual sound, and that's for the Reeseville Elementary Auditorium projector and screen replacement.
Again, I just always like to know where this fits in terms of our replacement schedule, how long ago. We probably don't even know how long ago, right?
Right.
Like, but would just love a little bit of context here.
So if you recall before the board, if you were on the board or watch board meetings before you came here, we were in the high school auditorium with maybe we could see half the board because some lights were on or not.
Yes.
The sound might have, did a little bit of that. I believe the projector went out, which I did replace during presentations. And so that auditorium has probably not been touched in 20 years. This will give us new wiring from the sound booth down to the stage, connections at the stage so presenters can present from the stage back to the projector and onto the screen, as well as new audio wires. The RCL jacks that they use are just in the stage. And I couldn't tell you how old they are. This would typically be probably 10 to 15 years to do something again in here unless there was some upgrade or advancement in it. The TV studio I guess existed at one point in time. There was a TV studio room with lighting bars around it, and that's about it. We did the other, if you remember, the high-end computers that we did for the video students, for them producing videos. This will give them a stage area to start their morning announcements, produce videos, and create a TV studio. So the cameras, the teleprompters, all the pieces that they need in that room to start, other than the, I call it the news desk. And Brian's going to work out where we get a news desk or how they sit, if they sit at a coffee table kind of situation, but that's the TV studio. Reeseville has a screen, and they put a projector on a cart with extension cords to run into the middle of the room.
I remember that so
Where-
well.
Right, where little people might walk in front of the projector.
Our kids both went there. We're very familiar.
Or they do the little rabbits, shadows in there. And Kelly had asked if we take a look at it. So this will actually give us a rear projection screen. So it's going to replace the screen and put a projector behind the stage that will shine through the screen itself. So it's not a hazard with cords in the middle of the floor or students or potential safety issues, and give them a nice presentation area. And that's probably a 5-year bulb, but a 10-year upgrade.
Yeah.
So in 10 years, it would be look at replacing something.
These seem like very comprehensive updates to all of these systems. What part of our budget is funding these types of upgrades? Is it coming from our construction budget or?
So these were projects that we worked on prior to building the budget. We had visual sound in to come and take a look. What do we need here? Size, distance, criteria. Had Jeff on board with the lighting in there to give us some additional LED lighting. These were budgeted items.
So
and,
this is budgeted for this year's technology budget?
That's correct. And some of the numbers, they're coming in under what we originally estimated.
Great.
So we're doing good with where they're at.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other questions from the board on letters CC, DD, EE, or FF? Okay, please say yes if you support moving these forward to the full board.
Yes.
Yes. Letters GG and HH we're going to bundle. GG is Board of School Directors approved the agreement from Connections for the purchase of district rack-mounted uninterrupted power supplies in various buildings in the amount of $149,996 as presented. And then HH is for the purchase of carbonite backup cloud service for 1 year in the amount of $46,084 as presented, and that represents a savings of about $30,000 compared to our current contract. I don't know if you want to give any more context on that.
On both?
Sure, yeah.
GG are uninterruptible power supplies. They're meant for the closets where the network connections are. North Brandywine is a big problem area with power for some reason in our closets, which means the power jumps. Anything connected to that switch, meaning computers, the wireless access points, telephones, or something doesn't work. We usually find that out on Monday morning after a weekend power problem. So these, when we took a look at all the closets in the district, none of them had UPSs that have either ever been there or ever been serviced or replaced. So this is a start. This is about a third to a half of the district closets, and the rest we'll have to budget for next year's budget. I did some cutting when we did budget cuts to knock things down a little bit. So that's for the UPSs. And the carbonate backup cloud solution, we currently have a contract with a company. We're in the last year with that contract. They are moving our services to another company because of some industry changes. I don't want to get into too much, but they're not going to be, they have the option to either sell the product or service the product. They're choosing to sell the product, so they're giving our service to another company, which I don't know and I was uncomfortable with. We've done some research, and this is our carbonate cloud backup. So all of our cloud backups go out to an area in the cloud. All of our backups locally go out to the cloud today using the service under our current contract. This is us doing it on our own, just buying the service of where to put it, including, I think it has a 3-year agreement, or you can do it 3-year. We only did a 1 year because I didn't have time to get through a 3-year, and want to make sure that 1 year goes well, and that we keep our backups appropriately retrievable.
Thank you.
That makes sense. Thank you. Any questions from committee members or the full board? Seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving items GG and HH forward to the full board.
Yes.
Yes.
Letter II, the Doe Run LCD projector, that the Board of School Directors approve the agreement from Visual Sound for the purchase of the LCD projector, including hardware and installation for Doe Run Elementary Auditorium at a cost not to, the item here says at a cost not to exceed $36,593 as presented. The actual cost on the proposal is much lower, $15,688. But as Mr. Oliver was explaining to me that I think we're going to revisit this one also at the end of the month because we understand there will be an additional installation charge.
Yeah, and it is, I think it's on the special board meeting, which I would ask that we remove it. I just found out that we were actually doing the installation of the projector when I was under the assumption that we would provide the product and it would get installed in the construction. I tried to get the installers out on Monday. I found out on Thursday. They couldn't come on Monday or Tuesday, but they can come Thursday. So I should have their estimated parts and labor to do the install of the projector at Doe Run for the end of the month.
Okay. So that's letter II. So do we want to advance it to the end of the month board meeting or just, yeah?
I think,
Remove it from that one, okay. We'll just add it on the end of the month, okay.
yeah. And that still gives us plenty of time to install that before school starts.
And that area may be delayed a little bit, but by the time we get approval, get everything signed, and get on their schedule, it's the beginning of the school year, they may be busy in other schools. Better to get scheduled now than rush it later.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions on that item? All right. So seeing none, I guess, do we still want to try to still advance it? or? Okay, you'll remove it from this one. Okay. So please say yes if you approve advancing this to the regular board meeting at the end of July.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, last one, letter JJ, additional funding request for Metroline desk phones. And this item, there's a little explanation around it. The Board of School Directors approve an additional expenditure of $5,255.75 for the purchase of 100 new Metroline desk phones due to the unavailability of refurbished units. This amount, when combined with the remaining balance from the original board approval, will fully fund the purchase of the remaining phones as presented. So we, as it explains here, we did approve the purchase of 150 refurbished phones for a total cost of $5,542. There were not 150 refurbished phones available. So they bought what they could refurbished, and then, so spent, let's see, $2,399 of that, leaving a balance from that original approval, and now needing to buy new phones instead of refurbished ones. They are more expensive. So the total cost for 100 new phones is $8,399, but they're applying the balance that we previously approved to that. So if everyone followed that word problem.
That makes sense.
Yeah, okay, very good. Are there any questions from committee members or members of the board? Seeing none, please say yes if you approve moving this forward to the full board agenda.
Yes.
Yes. All right, that concludes the agenda items. I have no informational items, no old business. Is there any new business? Any public comment? No public comment. All right, the next meeting of the Operations Committee will be Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. And with that, the Operations Committee meeting is adjourned at 7:12 p.m. We have education next.
Do you want to go to education then, now, or?
Yes.
Okay. So I call to order the Education Committee meeting at 7:12 p.m. And here we have board members Bob Connect and Steve Wilson, both present, and employee representative Hannah Capter. Welcome back. And we will move forward with first the approval of the minutes for June 9th Education Committee agenda. If you would approve that, please say yes for our committee members.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, they are approved. Okay. So we have letter A, whoops, which is the Westchester University Affiliation Agreement. This is for Master of Counselor Education to come here basically as part of their experience through school. Does anyone have any questions about that? No? Anyone on the full board? No? If you agree to move that, this will go to tonight's meeting. Please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay, and then the second, similar but just for a different type of position with IUP. What? Okay. The Board of School Directors approved the IUP Educator and Clinician Preparation Field Experience Agreement. And this is also here for a student that's getting their degree in this area. And is there anyone on the board, on the committee that has any questions or comments? Anyone on the full board? Okay, if you want to move it forward to also tonight, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay, this next C, that the Board of School Directors approve the agreement with the CCIU to inform and train staff for the new ADA, which is the Americans with Disabilities Act Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. These requirements were mandated by the state, and they go in effect for the next school year, and the cost of this training is about $5,900. Is there anybody has additional comments or questions regarding that on the committee?
No.
No? Anyone on the full board? Seeing none, if you agree to move this forward to the end of month committee, or end of month full board meeting, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. We have some professional development to get us some K-12 skills in STEM, mentor teachers and members of leadership will receive this at a total cost of $17,000 for 10 days of coaching. And this is the CCIU Steels will support us. Does anyone have any questions here regarding this item? No? Yes?
Well, my question was, what does STEEL stand for? But my friend Google helped me out. So I'm
Science,
I have learned.
technology, engineering, environment, what's the?
Just missing the A
Sustainability or
of
something?
STEAM, which is art.
Science, technology, engineering, and environmental literacy.
Environmental literacy.
Show off.
I knew it was environment, but wasn't sure what the L was. Thank you. Okay, does anyone have any comments or questions on the full board? Seeing none, if you'd like to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay. Letter, where am I? E, that the Board of School Directors approve the training and purchase of materials that will allow Reeseville to continue the work surrounding enhanced core reading instruction as presented. And so I guess this was a pilot that was done at Rainbow, right?
Correct. This
It
is where
started
we
at Rainbow.
saw 85% of our students on grade level at the end of the year.
Right.
So we're expanding this over to Reeseville as well and first grade at Rainbow. In addition, those teachers were trained already, but Reeseville will be all new training.
Okay. Will it continue then also are we keeping it also at Reeseville? Sorry, yeah, at Reeseville.
So Reeseville, so what we're doing is to not overwhelm kindergarten teachers in particular. We are doing purposeful play training
Oh, that comes up later today.
for Doe Run, right, for
Yeah.
Doe Run and for Kings Highway. And then we'll flip-flop next year.
Okay.
So we're not overwhelming with so many trainings and so many new things to learn.
Understood. And I was looking, the pricing was in I believe it looks like around $23,625 is estimated, depending on the hours of training provided. And then there was some resources there. Does that belong here? I wanted to make sure, yeah. $5,225 for the resources to use. Okay. Does anyone on the committee have any questions? No? Anyone on the full board? All right. If you'd like agree to move this forward to the end of month meeting, please say yes.
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 Oh, that was yes. Yup. Been out of the loop a little. Yep. All right, then we have F, which is a ratification, that the school board ratify the Wilson Reading System Advanced World Study Online course at a cost of $1,365 as presented. So the Wilson Reading System certification proposal was approved by us on the 23rd, but it didn't have the cost for continued steps 7 through 12. So we have one Wilson Level 1 trained staff member that needs to complete the Level 2 training, and the online training became available July 1st. So does anyone have any questions regarding that on the committee or on the full board? Seeing none, if you agree to move that forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. And we have G, which is a renewal of a resource, No Red Ink, a cost of $8,355.60. And that gives us 844 licenses for the Coatesville area senior high school as presented. And the only question I always have is, do we know what our utilization is?
I do not off the top of my head, but I can get you that information.
That's just something I like to
Yep.
look at when we're renewing a resource that's not required to be used by everybody. Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions about that item on the committee or full board? Seeing none, if you agree to move that forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. Thank you. Then we have a field trip, which I'd like to go on, please, but for free, that'd be nice, but no, nothing's for free. That the school board of directors approve the international field trip for the Spanish department for 2028 as presented. And this offered to Spanish 2 students and above, maxing out at 24. It's no cost to the district. These are self-funded trips. Does there anyone have any comments or questions regarding these items? Seeing none, if the committee agrees to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. We have some science material disposal under I, that we approve the disposal of 430 textbooks and 24 FOSS kits as presented. Wow, so they're a bit outdated, I guess, and it includes teacher materials, dictionary, student books. So we are no longer using the FOSS science program, so we are disposing of those appropriately, in my opinion. Does anyone have any comments?
No, I'll just make the comment that they're out of date because of the new steel standards. So, and nobody else will take them either because of that.
Right, so that's the disposal versus a donation of some kind. Okay. Does anyone on the board have any questions, comments? No? If you agree to move it forward, please say yes.
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 And yes. And we have a bunch of advertisement requests. That the Board of School Directors approve advertising at the stadium and multipurpose fields. And there's, a list with the applications of which booster clubs are requesting these signage, basically, for their sponsorships. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the committee? Anyone on the full board? Seeing none, if you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. Oh, and now my system's frozen. Awesome. There we go. K is CCIU Student Service Program Review Proposal. This is that the CCIU Student Service Program is presented, and basically they're going to partner with Coatesville Area School District to conduct a comprehensive student services program review based on evaluating the effectiveness, efficiency, compliance, and sustainability of the district's student support systems. And they agreed to do this for free, if I recall. Okay, so, hey, yeah, why not? Give someone else taking a look and making sure all of our systems are the best for our students. Is there anyone else who has comments?
Could we just hear just a high-level overview of what this will include
Would you
in the
like to
coming months?
take that since you headed the committee, or do you want me to read?
Yeah, it is all included on here,
Yeah.
on the agenda. I just wanted to make sure that that was noted. But this is to take a closer look at our special education systems in place. It'll be comprehensive in regards to looking at all aspects of special education and our efficiencies and effectiveness in meeting student needs. So we're very excited about this opportunity. Myself and Dr. Ryder met with the IU and then had discussions with Ms. George as well in regards to how this is going to help us to continue to grow our systems. And knowing we have a high special education population, we're looking for ways that to meet students' needs a little bit more preemptive in order to hopefully bring down that percentage of special ed students and put some really good interventions into place.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is really, well, I would have agreed to pay for this, so I'm thankful they're doing it for free, but it's really going to be good to see them really review our special ed programs. Okay, does there anyone else have comments? Anyone on the board? No? If you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay, we've made it to L. The Board of School Directors approve the invoice from Dropbox for the 26-27 school year as presented. And I think we're moving to something else after this one ends, correct? Is this the one? No?
Yes.
To Adobe?
Transitioning it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, so that's just for this next school year. If there's anyone who has any comments, please let me know. No questions? Okay, if you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, M, the quote for the pickup patrol. And this is a subscription for the 26-27 school year for all elementary schools as presented. And is this I'm not familiar with the pickup patrol. That's for parents to use in picking up their children.
Correct. So this reduces the amount of times that our office staff are working with all the phone calls and everything to make arrangements for pickups and early dismissals. So this is a system that really helps to that communication piece. So they're not taking up their time and disrupting their day. It makes it much more efficient.
I can't remember, did we pilot it this past year, or did we actually use it across the district?
We used it
last
across
year?
the district.
And how did that work?
It
Like, what
worked
were our
really well. I
observations?
mean, this is a program or a system that's worked, that's used at multiple school districts. I'm going to even be personal on it in my own district with my own kids. And it makes it much more efficient in regards to getting the communication to the office of the time that you're picking them up, and it guarantees who's picking them up so that there's no question about who's coming and getting them.
And even for families where maybe there wasn't as much access to technology, there weren't
We
barriers
had
from using
no
the
barriers
system.
with it whatsoever.
Great, glad to hear that it's working.
Just one small question on it. The quote says it's an annual subscription for 5 schools. I think that's probably just a holdover from when we had Callan and East Fallowfield, because
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
it's just the
because,
elementaries,
yeah,
right?
It is,
So-
when you open up the piece, it does say Doe Run, Kings Highway, Rainbow, and Reeseville.
And it says 5, on the quote itself, it says 5 schools, but the math is right for 4 schools. I just
Yeah.
making sure that there's not one missing from there.
No.
Okay. It's just the elementaries.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I can't remember if we already moved that forward. If you agree to move that forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay, then we have that the Board of School Directors approves the subscription renewal for DESA for the 26-27 school year as presented for students K to 12. And this is a renewal. Oh. Did I skip it? Yeah, I did. Okay, let me go back to N. Sorry about that. That the Board of School Directors approves the subscription renewal for the PBIS Rewards Program with Navigate 360 for the 26-27 school year as presented. And since they're both renewals, can I also just keep that with O that I already read? Thank you. Anyone have any comments or questions? Concerns? If you agree to move it forward, please say yes.
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 Yes, so that's for NNO. Then we have the Lincoln Center for Family and Youth Agreement, which is letter P, that the Board of School Directors approve the agreement with the Lincoln Center for Family and Youth for the 26-27 school year as presented. And did you want to touch on this a little? Yes, please, thank you.
Sure, this is the program that we piloted at the end of last year at Kings Highway and Rainbow. We brought it in kind of, quickly. So it worked really well at one school, and the other school was kind of questionable in that regards. But we also had questions in regards to the staff that were provided. So we made it very specific. Michelle, I'm going to speak to. She and I had a discussion, and she went back to them to make sure it had to be a certified teacher. That was part of that classroom, along with the climate coach experience. Because last year, I think they worked just to fill it quickly because we asked them to. So we are going to be very much on top of this and making sure that it's the right staff in place. And if it doesn't, we will go back and tell them, nope, need to do something different. But it was very beneficial, especially at Rainbow. It definitely changed the climate of the building the last few weeks and had a very positive impact.
Okay, I do appreciate when you use the word questionable because it's so refreshing to hear someone admit that maybe something wasn't perfect all the time. So thank you, because we can't fix things if we always pretend that they're wonderful. So thank you for that honesty and transparency. Does anyone else have any comments regarding this on the committee or full board?
I did. And I think maybe the comments that you just made addressed this, but I think one of the pieces of feedback that I had heard from at least one educator was that in some cases, students felt like going to these classrooms was a reward because it got them out of the learning experience. And so while it benefited the students who didn't have that disruptive behavior in their classroom, it's like you're walking a tightrope in terms of you want to make sure that the children don't get positive reinforcement for misbehavior because they get to go to a classroom where now they get to play instead of keep up with their education.
Correct, and that's why I think it worked at Rainbow, because the staff that was there was trained appropriately. And I think the staff that was put in at Kings Highway just didn't have the right tools or the background to be able to handle that piece. And I think they thought that was the way to handle it. And that's where I appreciate what Ms. Seagreaves just said, because it's not perfect, right?
Yeah.
And that's where we have to work and make corrections to what we're doing in order to support our teachers, especially our students, though.
Great. So the feedback that I heard was probably related to Kings Highway then, where you also felt like it wasn't meeting the need. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm glad that we're going to give it another chance with the right staff since it worked at the other school.
You mentioned the teacher. Is there any concerns with the climate coach requirements as far as how they were performing and their expectations on them as well?
I'm sorry to say that. Ms. Snyder, do you want to come to the microphone real quick just to speak to that? I know the problem was the teacher, though, in the classroom, because they were not a certified teacher, so they didn't have the training and background to be able to handle those type of situations as they anticipated. In regards to the climate coaches, I know that Mr. Graham has one of the, top-notch climate coaches that he's always speaking very highly of. So I doubt it was that. But, we deal with many students throughout the day. And so each one was handled maybe a little bit differently. So, go ahead, Ms. Snyder.
I think the most important piece is always relationship building. And this, I guess what I didn't realize about the teacher or the non-certified teacher that was hired was already at Kings Highway at one time and left there. So while I didn't know that, and because of the quick turnaround, that was one of the issues with the teacher. The behavior support teams, we could either have an RBT or a climate coach, because again, that's the person that's boots on the ground that is working with the students to kind of re-regulate them. And the goal is always to return them to learning once we get the behaviors under control. I hope that answered your question that you needed.
Yeah, I was just glancing at the climate control education experience required. So it didn't draw a flag, but it's a high school diploma requirement, bachelor degree preferred. So it did make me curious about their training and ability to support that teacher in the classroom. So, but what I'm hearing is so far that's been effective at only that level of education.
Yeah, we have climate coaches that are very successful at our two high schools. And the reason that we agreed to that as we were planning this was just the ability to find RBTs and have them in place right away. So we know the climate coaches are successful, and there is training that the Lincoln Center will provide.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilson, just to further that conversation, though, RBTs as well, whoever you train, you're going to get some good ones, you're going to get some not so good ones. Sure. And sometimes it is going through and having to replace because it's the right fit and building those relationships as well. And if they're more than capable, it's great and they're really usually successful. But there are some who just can't handle the situations and need to do something else. Yeah. So it's like any profession or any experience we provide, for in different positions throughout the district. If you're on food service and it turns out to be a good thing, that's great, but you have no idea what food service is about and what you're expecting, it's kind of hard to fulfill your responsibilities in that position. So we want to make sure we have the best people in place, and we're not going to rest until that happens, because that's what our students deserve.
Yep. Thank you.
And I think I did read in the proposal that all of the RBTs and climate coaches are overseen by a clinical director who is a has a social work background, and so that level of oversight gives me some comfort as well, that she's going to know, are these people adequately trained? Are they responding appropriately?
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, if you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. And then we get to what we were talking about earlier, Q, which is that the Board of School Directors approve the agreement with Cindy Krause Consulting, or Cruz Consulting, LLC, to provide professional learning services focused on play-based learning for kindergarten and first grade during the 26-27 school year, for a total estimated cost not to exceed $32,000 as presented. And so this looks fun, and this is the strategy you were talking about, switching with Reeseville and Rainbow.
Correct. So when you talk about school-based play, ever since, I will say, COVID, that we have kids coming into kindergarten, their learning experience, who just don't know how to interact with each other. They don't know how to take learning opportunities to engage into the social emotional cues that are necessary to be forthright in how they interact with each other. So this takes the concept of curriculum-based material, learning, and social emotional, and kind of combining it all so they have that positive experience in helping them to develop further.
Thank you.
I actually used this opportunity in another district, and it was extremely successful.
Does anyone else have comments or questions on the committee? Anyone on the full board? Seeing none, if you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Fantastic. Then I have no informational items, old business, any new business. Yes?
Just, there's no enrollment report, and just wondering where we stand with kindergarten enrollment.
We normally take a break in July only because we're getting so many registrations and everything, but I can provide you that update.
Sure. Thank you.
I'm assuming there's no public comment since there's no public. Thank you. I know. All right. And then the next meeting is Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. And with that, I'll adjourn at 7:37. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.
All right, Policy Committee. Let's see, calling the Policy Committee meeting for July 14th to order at 7:38 PM. I note the presence of myself, Board Member Beth Brindle, and Board Member Liren Yako. Chairperson Holly Charest is excused tonight. Do we have anyone else filling in on the committee? Just us. We have no agenda items tonight, so our only order of business tonight is the approval of minutes for the June 9th, 2026.
I was just wondering if we could approve that with just 2 people, and he said it's fine.
Because, right.
Well, you technically only have 3 members currently, so.
That's right.
You would.
So
We are a
we're
majority.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
All right. So, so we have a quorum. So for the approval of the minutes from our June 9th, 2026 Policy Committee, are there any questions or comments on the June 9th minutes? All right. If not, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say yes.
Yes?
Yes. And we have no presentations, no agenda items, no informational items. No, I have no old business. Is there any new business? No. No public comment? And our next meeting of the Policy Committee will be Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. And if there are no further items, the Policy Committee is adjourned at 7:39 PM.
Sweet. All right. Going right into the special board meeting. I call to order the Coatesville Area School District Special Board Meeting scheduled for July 14th, 2026. The mission of the Coatesville Area School District, rich in diversity and committed to excellence, is to create innovative educational experiences which are funded by the taxpayers, supported by the community, delivered by dedicated teachers and administrators to ensure all students will become responsible, contributing global citizens. Madam Secretary, please call for the roll.
Leon Yacco.
Here.
Steve Wilson.
Here.
Bob Connect.
Here.
Beth Brindle.
Here.
Holly Charess.
She's excused.
Shauna Maxwell.
Here.
Liz Muirhead.
Here.
Robin Seagreaves.
At this moment, I ask everyone to stand for a moment of silence and a salute to the flag. Are we?
I have letter II from operations, the
No.
Doe Run.
Yeah. Doe Run, it's F in the special board
I'm
meeting.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, sure it is.
So.
Thank you,
Should
sorry.
we remove that now?
Yes.
Okay. I will be removing F. So that will not be on the consent agenda. All right. Next is public did I do that right?
Yes.
Okay, public comment? Yep, of course. There was no executive session. Motion items.
Remove the, right.
What?
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still removing that even though we went over it during committee?
We typically remove the HR report just in case anybody needs to
Well, yeah, I was going to
abstain.
say the adoption, consent, and then I was going to, okay, sure. Okay. Committee meeting action items considered routine will be enacted under one motion unless removed for separate action item upon board request. The purpose of the consolidated motion is to expedite governing board action on all consent items, which are not held for discussion. Items that have been held for discussion by the governing board will be enacted upon at the time the item is discussed. This is where you want me to pull letter A?
Correct.
Cool. Do we want to pull anything from education or operations? We went over it during committee, so we're just pulling letter A under finance. All right, any more? All right. With that item removed, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Any questions, comments, or discussion? Madam Secretary, please call for the vote.
Beth Brindle.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Bob Connect.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Leon Yacco.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Ms. Muirhead?
Letter A, Human Resources Report, recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the resignations, appointments, new positions, leaves of absence, transfers, changes of status, and corrections as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Any questions or comments on this item? Okay, call for the vote.
Shauna Maxwell.
Yes.
Leon Yacco.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Bob Connect.
Yes.
Beth Brindle.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Congratulations to all our new teachers.
Thank you. No public comment because nobody's here. Any informational items this evening? All right, may I have a motion for adjournment?
Oh, wait, sorry.
Yep, go ahead.
I was just wondering, Lori, with the state budget having just been passed, would you be able to comment at all on how that aligned with our budget?
Yeah, I'll have to look closely at the final numbers, but it looks like from what we budgeted versus what we received, we budgeted a little bit more than we received in regular ed, a little more than we received in special ed, but in the adequacy funding I'm going to say about 1.4 million, less than what we received. So we were pretty close to what, we had expected, just receiving a slightly more than what we originally budgeted for.
So this pot's a little lower, but this pot's a little higher. The adequacy funds have more restrictions on how we can spend them, but
That
we
is
have plenty
correct.
of ways that we can use the adequacy funds,
Yes,
so we'll be okay.
we will be fine.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. All right, any other informational items this evening? Do you have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
This meeting is adjourned.